Hello, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Linda Streiskuth, a member with the League of Women Voters of Kitsap. The League of Women Voters does not support or oppose candidates and works to provide information about the candidates and issues before the voters. We are interviewing the candidates that will appear on your primary ballot, which you should receive in the mail around mid-July. We're asking each of them 3 questions. The candidates have 90 seconds to answer each question. Let's get to know Greg Wheeler. You will have 90 seconds to introduce yourself and tell us why you chose to run for the office of mayor for the city of Bremerton.
All right. Well, thank you, and good morning, and thank you, League of Women Voters, once again for hosting this candidate forum. So I'm Greg Wheeler, Bremerton's mayor. And just a little background about myself. I just want to let everybody know that I am a Bremertonian. I was raised in this city, and Bremerton is my heart and home. So after being raised here, I entered the United States Navy and served our country, came back home and worked in the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard. Over the course of my career, I became interested in serving my community, especially towards the end of my service to our country. And so became involved in the Planning Commission. I served with Linda in the Planning Commission, and then on to the City Council, where I was elected 3 times for the council, including 3 times as the council president. I ran for mayor because the people deserve a mayor who will represent their interests at City Hall. And I am that person, and I have taken those voices back with me to City Hall, and I have put what I have heard to work and put it into action. I'm the only candidate that hasn't been endorsed by the Suquamish tribe. Several Democratic leaders, including Commissioner Christine Rolfes, Senator Drew Hansen, Katie Walters, several labor unions, and a host of community leaders. And I've looked forward to serving. I'll stop right there.
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. Now for our first question. Please share with us your top priorities or issues that you'd like to address if elected and why you believe they're important for Bremerton.
Okay. Housing, costs, accessibility, inventory. We need more of that. Health and addiction crisis facing our community, and aging infrastructure. So our streets, sidewalks, our water systems, our sewer systems, all are aging. They're getting older. These are important because they are part of the bedrock of our community and what we are responsible for here at local government. When we work on these issues and we get them, and when we resolve and make measurable progress and steps towards completion, we are actually knitting our community together. We are binding it together. This is the fabric of our community. Mental health and addiction affects all of us, and I'll go on to that. There'll be some other questions, I believe, at some point and further on in the campaign. I've done a whole bunch of work in this regard, all the way from Pendleton Place, which I championed. Would not be there if I had not taken the lead initially and put together stakeholders. We have medical respite centers coming in. There's, oh my gosh, we have the Salvation Army maintaining the shelter, more shelter work coming. But again, those 3 issues that I pointed out, those are the top, not the top 3, but there are no priorities are higher.
Thank you. On to question 2. What specific strategies will you put forward for decreasing homelessness in Bremerton? Please share what services you will support with funding for the already homeless in Bremerton, and what coalitions or outreach providers will you directly work with to help our homeless neighbors?
Okay, I've taken a few notes on this one, and this is one of the questions I get asked most on the doorsteps during the camp, and have been addressing on a daily basis since I've been in office. So again, Pendleton Place is an example of what we need more of, a project that I championed. And we're going to, between supportive housing, mental health and addiction treatment programs, transitional housing, housing of all types, case management out in the field. These are all programs and initiatives that I've championed and I've led. Medical Respite Center coming into downtown Bremerton. We need every aspect of this continuum to address this homeless crisis. And so I'm on record. I have a whole host of initiatives and programs I've championed or supported. The work will continue. We have to get through the elitist infighting that occurs when we try to locate one of these facilities. That has to stop. We need to point to data. We need to point to facts and information. We need to point to science when we are locating, and that being the basis of the decisions we make. So I'm proud to continue this work. I have a track record of accomplishments. It's easy to research on my website, and this has been a priority of mine. I'll continue to champion, and my record speaks for itself on what I've accomplished.
Thank you. Our final question. Please reflect on a decision you've made in a leadership position that you wish had a better outcome. What, if anything, would you have changed and why?
Okay. In 2017, during my campaign, the Warren Avenue Bridge, accessibility on the Warren Avenue Bridge was identified as a concern. Frankly, we do not have a multimodal path across that bridge with 3-foot wide sidewalks. I went to Olympia. I called on the relationships I've built over several years. I was able to secure support, build a coalition. That led into funding, prioritization, that led into funding in our pocket. I presented to our city council a project with 8-foot wide sidewalks on each side that would have been completed by now. The council chose a different path and wanted us to continue to explore other options and opportunities. So now, today, instead of having a bridge that would have been completed last year where we'd have already cut the ribbon, I have a bridge whose funding is in jeopardy. One of the things I probably would have done differently is continue to remind the council. And when I'm speaking to you right now, there's nothing else I could have done. We continually reminded the council that this funding is not there in perpetuity. We have to fight every year and every other year to maintain funding and priority. And today I can truly say that bridge is in jeopardy because of this, because of the council's action.
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. And thank you for running for office and sharing your views.
You're welcome. It's been an honor.
I'm Linda Streiskuth. Thanks for watching. Please share this video with other voters and don't forget to return your ballot by 8 p.m. on Tuesday, August 5th.